Do you want to hear the like IMDb plot synopsis?
What is that? Why is it like that?
Rise and shine and don't forget your booties because it's cold out there. It's from Groundhog Day.
Okay.
So, but then I just think Misty makes a leap of faith. Natalie and Lottie play a game. Shauna finds herself unexpectedly Randy, and Ty seeks out movie recommendations. It's hilarious.
It's sort of like the Magician's ones,
where
it would be like a very random thing.
Julia goes to the library, and it's like way more complicated than that.
Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching Yellowjackets, Season 2, Episode 5.
2 truths and a lie.
Or just, here's 3 secrets.
Three truths about me.
Now your turn. It doesn't work that way.
Also, look, I don't care what anybody says. No one is enough of your best friend to tell them that kind of secret.
So Misty and
Crystal one.
Okay, so I had actually just decided that I loved Crystal, not like 40 seconds beforehand. I was like, she's so weird because she's had like her eyes have gotten increasingly crazy,
Yeah.
And it just I needed this because I had forgotten how diabolical Misty was. I had just forgotten that part.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, so she like aided and abetted in a murder or two. She's good people.
No, it's like she's the reason Jackie's dead. She's the reason everyone's dead. Yeah.
So yeah.
Plus she did drug all of them. Like it was an accident, but she did do it.
2 times that happens.
And also, if we're being fair, technically Mari did it because she up and took all the mushrooms and threw them right in that pot.
That fucking bitch. That's going to be the reveal.
Mari?
She's the mastermind.
I think Mari's in the pit. I know we think it doesn't matter, but I
think... you clearly think it matters a great deal. I think it... I just want to know what's going on. Yeah. The, like, who's in the pit? Shauna's baby. Like, that stuff, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't really... Oh.
Well, because we've been getting some theories, and I have no way of knowing if this is true or not, so I can't technically say spoiler alert, but just in case you don't want to know theories, sort of spoiler alert, we've been getting comments and theories that people think that Lisa is Shauna's baby.
Okay.
But I'm sort of like, so then Shauna just let Lottie take her baby and put it somewhere else? Okay. Also, Lottie is, okay.
I trust Lottie. We're on our 5th talking point. We haven't finished one yet. The way that the show is framing Lottie, she is not being diabolical. Like, she is just as surprised as everyone else is.
True.
And I just sort of, and now see, but here's how I know she's evil is because I fucking love her.
You do love her.
Every time Simone Kessel walks on screen, I'm like, ah.
Yeah. She did lie to Nat about the cut on her hand because she clearly did a ritual last week.
Yeah, and she was like, oh, just one of those accidents.
Just one of those accidental full palm slices.
Victoria Argent.
Yeah, right.
But no, all of this is seemingly news to Lottie. And Natalie...
In the past or in the present?
Both.
Okay.
Because she's not even really... It's her disciples that are, like, leading this charge. Like, Van is bringing everyone to church.
That's true. Van and Mari has drunk the Kool-Aid. She is all in. And so you're totally right. I do think that that's accurate, but I also... She's not stopping it. Lottie's not stopping it in the past. She's being very mystical, and Ty even calls it Lottie's woo-woo bullshit. And so it's like she's leaning in.
She's just listening to the pine needles.
She's hearing a lot of stuff.
I have a theory, and not so much that I explicitly think this is what's happening, but one of the explanations for like the Oracle at Delphi is they found out that like temple was built on like a vent, an earth vent. So they were just tripping balls constantly.
Yeah, that's in 300.
Yeah. Well,
it's samey.
In as much. Yeah. And so I'm wondering, especially with this like hot spring, if maybe that's something we're dealing with here.
We have not confirmed a hot spring. That's just how I assumed Javi was surviving.
Well, there's that tree trunk is
weird
warm
tree.
enough to melt the snow around them. Javi's worthless.
Well, his friend told him not to come back. And Coach Ben was like, what? Who's your friend? So I am now thinking that the Deer Queen was already there in the woods.
I cannot decide what I want from this show.
Okay, because then, but in conjunction with what Javi said, in conjunction with then what Natalie said to Travis in that trippy flashback that Lottie pushed her through, she was like, we brought it back with us. It was already there, and we brought it back with us. We weren't alone out there.
I cannot decide if this is one of those shows where if they just like went hard magic, if I'd be like,
yeah,
I'm sorry, I can't. Because
I don't think I would.
I don't think I would either. However, I am not going to be surprised if audience starts to fall off because we are, in my opinion, decidedly more camp this season than we were season 1. I like it. I'm fine with it. But the sense of humor was always there.
Yeah.
But that, like, going back to our first Kristen.
Yeah.
Crystal and Misty, I was like, this is camp. Like, this is just sort of like, like Crystal backing up into that, like, cliff that is, you had to feel that cliff.
The emptiness behind you, yeah.
I guess if you're actually watching this for a recap, Crystal and Misty were hanging out. They were playing that game where you can invite 3 people, living or dead, to a sleepover, and Misty was
They're 16.
Play-Doh.
Yeah. Some dancer.
Typical 16.
Do I know who he is?
Pinnacle of male beauty, Eric Neese. Pull up a picture. Hold on, you're gonna pull up any old picture.
Oh no, I know who that is. Okay, I know who that is.
Just
okay.
The most.
That's fine. I just don't know who that is, but that's fine.
The single most attractive hairstyle a man can have.
Do you find it attractive on Travis?
No.
Yeah.
When Travis is like the most useful of the male members, that's saying something. So anyways, and then Kevorkian. The roller coaster you and Rachel were going on. Twists and emotional twists and turns.
Yeah. He was just the one that was doing assisted suicide, right? Okay. I am pro elective euthanasia or whatever. If you are terminal and you're not going to get better and your quality of life is going to get worse.
I think you should. I think you should have to go to a doctor.
Yes, of course. I
don't think it's Futurama suicide boots.
No, obviously. But at the same time, I'm sort of like, at a sleepover, Misty? And then Crystal was the one who was like, plus young Kevorkian was kind of hot. And I was just like, whoa.
Back to Misty being a fucking nut, like wild card. Because it goes to show that her fascination with death and her sort of like comfortable. She was very comfortable with it. We have like kind of like a social understanding that people are good or bad, and if you're good, you fall into one of these categories. If you're bad, you fall into one of these categories. And there's a thing where it's like if you've killed or partaken in the death of another human, then you're a bad guy and you're a murderer. And I find this gray area kind of interesting.
Yeah,
because we don't see it a ton, and that's because it's taboo for a reason. But just sort of like being involved in death. I don't know where I'm going with this sentence, but it's like Walter and Misty were getting at it, where he's sort of like, I know you've killed people, or I think you've killed people, and I'm cool with it.
Yeah. And it's
That's
whatever.
Wild to me.
Well, especially because he's not 100% off base, but he thinks that she killed Adam Martin. And she didn't.
He saw through that.
Well, he saw through her
story.
Yeah, that's what I bring it up all the time when we talk about characters lying, but the like last season of Breaking Bad, Walter White got so bad at lying because it was just like ultra specific, detailed stuff. And Skylar was like, "You are bullshit." No, but I did really like that a lot. And I don't necessarily think Misty is a bad person because she is not just murdering for fun.
So this goes back to our ongoing debate, the sociopath versus the psychopath. because I still don't understand the
I
difference
kind of
between
don't
the two.
think she's either. I think she's just a weirdo who snaps sometimes.
Okay.
I just like, look, okay, because I think it's a different kind of psychosis, I guess, because she's not very charming. She's not well liked by her peers. She cannot mimic human behavior.
Well, Walter said she was very charming.
Walter is also a nutcase.
Because he's another one. I'm like, is he, as he's been presented, is he just some like hanger on,
I
or
think
is
sort of so far? Well, he's got $175,000 worth of Taco Bell stock just chilling. But the thing about Misty that I was going to say is that her psychosis, like I said, I think is different because she's not all of those things that like psychopaths are. But it was she broke the black box because she felt useful, and it was like a rush for her to like be of use and be wanted and needed in a social situation. And so she just wanted to keep it going.
Because I was curious if
100%.
she was ever going to regret it, and it seems no.
No, because she's even though she's not like top dog like she was in the medical emergencies immediately following, she is still useful, and she's still in a scenario where she has purpose and she still gets attention paid to her. Yeah, I don't know that she's a psychopath or a sociopath. She would probably be a psychopath, but
I'm liking some of the other girls, except Mari, that we're getting.
I still really like Mari. I just want to know more of her deal.
Off a cliff.
No, into a pit of spikes.
Because we still have, there's a blonde girl that I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can't decide. I tried to look through the cast and I can't. None of them are blonde.
I like
Akila.
Akila has been getting plot. I am still very curious what her plot with the mouse is, unless it's just kind of a weird misdirect and it's just showing, the links that humanity goes through.
I just do wonder why she's keeping it secret. Like, does she really think they're going to fight over trying to eat a mouse? There's no meat on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I like her relationship with Ty. I find it very interesting because it's a very natural thing amongst social circles that it's like there's cliques and then there's groupings within cliques.
Yeah.
And it's like Ty is one of like the core 4 girls, but then she has this relationship with Van, and then she has this relationship with Shauna, and then she has this relationship with Akila.
Yeah.
And it's slightly different. And
well, Akila also is one of the JV girls.
Okay.
That's why they were talking, why she was like, and telling Akila that's you always lost though. It's because she was like, but I think she was an alt to come for the like national soccer game. So there's a handful of them that were JV, including the one where Ty broke her leg in the
who didn't go
pilot. Who didn't go? Yeah.
And then Shauna is mad, understandably so. I mean, the Lottie thing was creepy. I do think she overreacted, but she like ran out, Ty chased her, and then her water broke and she's seemingly in labor. She's
also the only one who has not joined Lottie's. Like the rest of the girls are like in it. And Shauna is still like, this is kind of ridiculous. Why are you all doing this? And like that's why she was so annoyed with Ty, is because she was like, you're supposed to be like on my side, but you're just going along with all of this stuff. But it seems that in going along with it, she stopped sleepwalking. So
for now.
Well, yeah. Boy.
So Shauna is presumably in labor, and like a blizzard hit as soon as she went into labor. But this is more of that, like, I can't tell if this is meant to be
magic or
coincidental, or because frankly, some of this could even be theatrics.
Well, because it also picked up not long after Misty bullied Crystal off that cliff.
She's just pretending nothing or she went with that she lost Crystal.
Yeah.
Because she could have easily.
She fell.
Yeah.
That's what I was like, because she did. Misty didn't push her.
Yeah.
She did just tumble over backwards off the cliff. And Crystal's not there to contradict her story, so she fell. And
she is seemingly dead.
Yeah, I don't see how she couldn't be.
I'm just saying, like we watched Misty go down and do CPR, and it was very corpse-like, so I'm counting that.
But it was only after Misty confessed to her that she broke the black box.
That's largely what was going on in the past.
Yeah. Travis is still pissed at Natalie.
Yeah, it's not over, but it was addressed I was expecting that plot line to be more labored than it is.
Well, it's not.
So
Yeah,
far.
it's not over.
So, what is the cop's name?
Matt.
I hate this, and I don't normally. It's not that normally I'm blasé about it, but it's just so dumb. Like he just looks like a cop, and he just looks so much older than her.
Twice her age. She's like maybe 17, and the actor is 31.
And he's being so precious about like, oh, I don't want to rush into anything. I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's such a weird line to take from the older guy who is like, why are you pursuing a relationship with a high school student if you're not in it for the sex?
So you could argue, if he weren't the cop and didn't know who she was, you could argue, like, from her perspective, that he did meet her in a bar, so he might assume she's like college, like 21 or 22 or something.
Maybe.
But even still, it's just, because I was talking about it as we were watching it, but I was like, it's so gross, because I was like, he's like double manipulating her, because even if he was just courting her, that would be really manipulative with him being older.
But because he's a cop and he's like
manipulating her, I don't know, I hate it. And it's like, I like Kevin fine, although when he's like out to get us, I'm like, boo. It's like, obviously I'm rooting for our characters.
Yeah.
And so Kevin, but now especially fucking Matt, I'm like...
Well, also in this episode, Kevin was like, he was willing to take everything at face value. He was like, oh, look at that. She's fucking Randy. Oh, look at that. The bed is rumpled. Oh, look at that. There is an open condom in the garbage can. And it's this freaking creepy Matt guy fingering condoms all over the place. What if he was wrong?
We're screaming. Is this chocolate or poop?
What if that had been poop?
But it's a fun trope. It's an infuriating trope. But it's like when the detective is too good at their job, and it's like, why can't you just leave well enough alone? And it's like, no, but he's very rightfully clued in to the thing. They're gonna get Randy killed.
I know.
So basically, Callie figured out that he was
because of the bill at the bowling alley.
Yeah,
he took her to
the world's
bowling
surliest bowling employee.
She was
who was separate from like the bowling alley all female rock group. There was a lot of things happening in this episode. But she dropped off the bill with a different name, and so she Googled him, and the first thing that came up is like a list of
Toys
cops.
for Tots. Yeah.
Like,
well, she searched it with the town. Yeah.
So then she intentionally threw him off the trail, saying that it was Randy, before clearing that with Shauna or Jeff.
Yeah, but it's like, it was a good move.
It was. She came clean, and Shauna...
It's just too bad that Randy couldn't close the deal.
Watching what Jeff is
her husband, Warren Cole.
Watching Melanie and Warren play opposite each other, because they're very frequently in the same scene, sometimes even with the same dialogue, doing polar opposite things. And he's just like, because if not Randy, we're going to get Jeff killed, and that will be a sad day.
We're going to get...
Because he's hanging on by a thread.
We're going to get Randy killed, but Jeff is going to have a stroke. He, like, can't handle this at all.
So she did tell her parents, and then they went about this whole thing. Randy doesn't know what's going on.
No.
He did tell her about the interrogation with Walter.
Yeah.
And Shauna clocked it, but so far that didn't really go anywhere.
So now Shauna knows about purple people also. But
yeah, but it went into like a cache.
Yeah. At some point, Shauna will call that back up.
Mm-hmm. And the Matt and Kevin obviously came in and figured out that it was strawberry lotion conditioner and not spooge in the condom. Ty made her way to Van, and if you, like us, thought that Van's store while you were streaming last week was cool and cute, and think, oh my god, how cool, I wonder how a show like that, or how a shop like that stays like afloat. And the answer is it doesn't.
She's got all past due bills, and she threw them all in the garbage.
She also maybe seems like the worst.
Well, she also maybe has cancer, so...
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought she was a pillhead.
Oh, well, no, because she said the V stands for Vicky.
Which was her mom.
Her mom, but her name is Vanessa, so I think she might have been lying to Ty.
Oh.
That they're her pills.
Yeah, I mean, I assumed they were hers, but I figured they were recreational. I didn't think about
recreational cancer drugs.
oxycodone.
Well, that I don't know. I don't know what you get for cancer.
I mean, there's an opiate problem.
No, of course.
And
she
in
is
America.
She is in Pennsylvania too. That's like, the Rust Belt and everything.
No, that's what I thought was happening. I guess either could be.
She just doesn't. Her like mannerisms don't feel like a pill addict.
Because they feel entirely like Liv Hewson.
They do. Very good job.
Lauren Ambrose was acting.
Doing amazing. Yeah, that was all. She told Van everything. Like about the dog, about Biscuit and everything. Still no mention of Stevie and how he's doing.
He's fine. I absolutely believe that Taissa did that, but this was like the one time too many for me where I'm like, okay, she has said with her full chest that she killed Biscuit several times, and so I'm putting a little asterisk, a little bell that if we find out there's another thing happening,
I mean, that's fine.
Framed.
I'm just like not sure who else would have.
Look, we name dropped Kevorkian. Maybe Biscuit cut his own head off.
Biscuit or Biscuit. Biscuit was like, I can't live with this dreary child anymore.
Butter this.
Bye. Butter this. So good.
So yeah, Ty fell asleep and Van took her pills and then blacked out. Ty kissed Van and said they're not in the right place.
Yeah, this is not where we're supposed to be or something like that. At some point, I don't think, I think I said it last week, and I don't think this season, at some point, these adult women are going back to the forest. 100%.
We have to go back, Kate.
And then Natalie is still trying to expose Lottie for the fraud that she is.
Misty and Walter also found her, and she was like, I'm fine, and I'm not here against my will anymore.
She was like, I thought you were kidnapped. She was like, I was, but that's like, whatever now.
But it's fine. But she wants, like you said, she wants to expose Lottie, and I just like, no, rule one of cult stuff is like, you have to give up all your earthly possessions, and so Natalie was like, what? She has files on all of you. And it's like, yeah. No kidding.
She's just looking so crazy. Like, she's making Lottie seem more and more grounded.
She also did get cock-blocked from going in that office like 5 times before she finally made it in.
Even the way that the show is treating Lottie, it's like, it's not treating her like she has conscious ulterior motives, because she seems just as surprised by a lot of the goings-on as we do.
Scared. She seems scared by her visions, especially because at the end of this one, when Natalie is having that vision that she
like led Natalie through like a journey.
Like a memory vision-y type of thing. And it was like the last time that she saw Travis alive, they were getting high together. She thought it was a beach because there was like a painting, but it was just a motel.
Didn't like 3 weeks ago or something, didn't she have a weird memory of people in suits coming in and getting her?
I don't know.
I think like
Natalie?
I think when she was in Lottie, there was like a weird like Twilight like flash.
Oh, maybe.
Of people in, I don't think it was quite hazmat suits. It like came and went so quickly. I'm wondering if that has anything to do with the flashback. Basically, her and Travis were bad for each other.
It's super bad for them, which we like kind of already knew. But basically, then at the end, when she was telling Travis and Lottie that like they brought something back with them or whatever, Lottie like turned her head, and the shadow on the floor was the deer queen.
Priestess.
Yeah, it was. This show's good.
Yeah,
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it. I just like I don't. There are so many comparisons to Lost. I don't want to fall into that Lost category where it's like we're so preoccupied with solving a mystery that ultimately is not there or unsolvable.
Yeah, I think the difference.
I hope that the mystery doesn't, because I'm enjoying this right now just as a character.
I think the difference is this is a lot more concerned with being a character drama than Lost was. Like that, like this.
Like Lost fell back on the fact that it was a character drama. Like that
this is a character drama first, and then there's like a mystery surrounding the character drama, as opposed to like, by the time we were season 3 of Lost, it was like, remember the polar bear? And it was like, yeah, I remember the polar bear. But I know now that it's besides the point. Stop stop shaking the polar bear over here so I look at your lack of writing skills over here. Lauren Ambrose finally getting to see her in action as adult Van was great. She also is like obviously we saw all the rainbows and stuff last week, but her shop is like a sanctuary for all the young
All the
gays.
queer.
Yeah, there was like a very visibly coded lesbian character that came in talking about how amazing these movies were.
Oh, I did write down 2 notes. The camp is called Camp Green Pine.
Yeah.
The only reason why that feels significant is because they made a point to show the shot with the name of the camp.
Mm-hmm.
So that feels like that was intentional.
Specific.
And also, Misty very nonchalantly insisted that we're asking the wrong questions about the moon landing. And I want to know what she means.
Yeah, I
want to know what the real story is.
I also kind of want to know what her third thing was going to be. She also sent Walter away, and she is
he
now
just, like, zipped away too.
He did. He left way too quickly for my taste. And she also is now trying to infiltrate
Maybe that car behind them.
the camp as well.
That was honking
while he was doing a really smooth 3-point turn.
Clearly, he was not not familiar with where he was. Yeah.
There's also only 4 episodes left. Yeah, it doesn't seem like enough, does it? But it's already greenlit for season 3. So
Start filming.
Yeah, do it.
So, okay, like and subscribe, patreon.com/soimwatching the show. We're starting Teen Wolf Season 3 reactions soon. Be on the lookout. And yeah, like and subscribe, engagement. That's how this game works, so engage.
Now.
Bye.